If you're trying harder but still feel stuck, this is why. And if you're a woman over 40 building an online business or business in general, these minds explain a lot. And once you understand that, everything is going to become crystal clear for you. This is the foundation. Why so many of us feel stuck in business? And it's not because you lack of ideas. It's not. That's not the reason. It's often because you have too many ideas. You know, you have too many ideas, and then your brain say, "Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to start selling this, and and then you have too many ideas. You're trying too many things at once, and what happened also is you listening to too many people. You listen to too many people because every idea is related to someone else, or every idea require from you to do something different, and then you're trying too many things. And what happened is all of this creates mental noise, and you aren't sure what's matter most or what direction to go. It happens to so many women out there that I see, and I am support, and it happens to me as well. You're not the only one, but I'm here to help you because I figure out how to make this work. And I'm going to help you today by showing you exactly what to do. But this is the foundation. That's why it's so important for me, for you to understand that trying harder doesn't fix the noise. It doesn't. You don't need to work 10 hours a day. I've learned how to work 2 to 3 hours a day, focus hours, that you can be more productive when you have your focus hours, instead of you expand your hours and spread your hours for 9 hours. And when you feel stuck, by the way, stuck is just a feeling. The instinct is to do more, right? Have you noticed that when you're trying hard, your first thing that your brains tell you is like, no, you need to do more. You need to create more. But trying harder without clarity feels like you're pushing a car with no direction. Feels like you're working more hours but feeling more tired. Listen, I've been there too damn long. I've been there for too long. I'm helping you with this shortcut. I don't want you to spend too many hours trying to create something that you don't know if it's going to work for you or not, because you're all over the place. And it feels like also watching more videos but feeling more confused because you have too many ideas, and because you trying too many things and you listen to too many people. You trying to listen to a lot of videos at once, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But again, trying harder doesn't fix the noise. Biggest lie, the biggest lie we tell ourselves is, if I try harder, I will feel confident. Have you told this to yourself before? I know I did. We believe that effort leads to confidence. But if you don't know who you are talking to or where you are going, you can work forever and still feel stuck. Once you understand that, this is the part that I want you to understand. You need to know, you want to know who is your target audience, who you're talking to. When I started with the online business, I didn't know who is my target audience. I talk to everybody. I create, if you calculate, I create 3 videos a day in 30 days. Do you know how much video is that? That's a lot of videos. And I still didn't know who I'm talking to. Once I found out that I'm pregnant, I said, okay, I'm going to talk to moms to be, those who are found out they're pregnant. So then I knew who is my target audience. You want to know who you're talking to, or do you know where you're going with your business or your ideas? Do you have any roadmap? Do you have direction? See, people miss that. The people miss that. And that happened. Confidence, in my opinion only, it's inside of the 95% of mindset. I always says that from 100%, 95% when you start a business, it's mindset. Only 5% is strategy. And confidence has a lot to do with your business. Yes, I'm gonna touch on it, but I want you to understand that if I try harder, I will feel confident. It's the biggest lie that we tell ourselves. And I'm here to to help you because I want you to be more productive and get results instead of working 8, 9 hours a day and have no results. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Let's move on. The truth. Confidence comes after clarity. Have you noticed when you decide something, this is what you're going to do, and you can see it crystal clear, your tone, your action, your behavior, your language, you can feel your energy that you become more confident. And the wrong path is confusion. You try harder, you work more, you try more, you try hard, and you're still confused. But the right path is when you gain clarity, you know where you're going, you know who you're talking to, your brain feels safe. When your brain feels safe, confidence grows. You're creating content and you still in the background, like you're in your head, you still don't know what's gonna happen. You're doubting yourself. You like, I'm gonna post it just to post it without any plan, without any direction, without knowing who you're talking to. Then at the end of the day, you look at your content and all you care about is the views. And if you don't have the views that you expected it in from the beginning, your confidence dropped. You cannot force confidence when you are lost. You can't. You need a map first. I remember over 20 years ago when I drove from San Francisco to Los Angeles, and back then there was no GPS. And if you had a GPS, you consider as like a wealthy person, because back then it was very expensive. I rent a car and I had a map. And at some points I'm like, I don't know where I'm going, even though I had a map. I didn't know where I'm like what is going on. It's the first time I'm reading a map here in America. So I stopped at a gas station and I found a map that was so clear. I said, okay, I need to go on this road. I'm gonna drive here for 4 hours and I'm take this exit and now I know where I'm going. You need a map. You need a map to understand and know where you're going with your business. Take a screenshot if you need. Once you gain clarity, once you understand, once you know who you're talking to, and not a lot of people talk about this. They just want you to buy the program. They want you to opt in. They tell you, yeah, you can make 10K in 30 days, blah, 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 shit like that. And because you need money and because you're trying to live your 9 to 5 job, you make an instant purchase and then you are lost. And how I know that? First of all, I was that person. Second, I see it in different communities. I see it in a lot of different communities how people don't know where they're going. They don't know what they want. But once you know, your brains feel safe, and then your confidence is gonna grow. This I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I'm talking from my own experience and from women that I'm supporting. So your brain needs to feel safe. When you don't know your direction, confidence disappears. That we just talk about it. This isn't because something is wrong with you. I want you to know that. It's not. It's because your brain doesn't feel safe. See, everything starts with your subconscious mind. Everything starts with your subconscious mind. That's the 95%. People say it's 90% and the conscious mind is 10%. In my opinion, when it's come to business, it's 95%. You don't know where you're going. Then what happened is you keep telling yourself too many things that they're not true. And when because you repeat it too many times, your brain accepts it as a truth. So you forced yourself to create content. And every plan you have, let's say you have a plan for today, I'm gonna create 3 content a day. I'm gonna create a post. I'm gonna go live. When you do it, it feels wrong. And then your confidence drop. I've seen a lot of people go live because they force themselves because they said, no, I'm gonna do it, but they don't know who they're talking to. They're talking to everybody. My target audience is women over 40. I'm 46. So I want to help women over 40, 40 to 50. They want to start an online business as a beginners, right? Beginners. They want to start an online business. They stay home mom. Maybe they're tired of the 9 to 5 job. They're like, man, I'm tired of this. I want to be able to control my own schedule and to control my own paycheck. I don't want to get paid every 2 weeks. I want to get paid every single day. Those are my target audience. I'm not talking to 20 years old that they feel like all they do is take a selfie and try to understand, trying to like post on social media, and all they care about is the views. So when I go online, when I go live, I know who I'm talking to. And I want your brain to feel safe, and I don't want you to force content. I want you to be able to trust yourself. Trust in yourself. It's confidence is when you set yourself, I'll figure it out. I hope that everything makes sense. Again, this is the foundation. Once you understand that, starting a business, it's easy. And people think it's complicated. It's complicated if you don't know what you're doing, where you're going, who is your target audience, not to mention what problem are you solving. But I'm gonna get into it in a different video. Clarity tells your brain this is where we are going. Once the brain has direction, it relaxes. Have you noticed that? If you're driving in a new city and you're trying to go, let's say you're trying to go to a restaurant, you're trying to meet friends that you haven't seen in a while, the first like, man, how should I get there? Wait, I have Waze. I can put the address there and Waze gonna get me there. You feel relaxed. I remember driving Chicago downtown without GPS. I didn't know where I'm going. I was nervous. First time driving in a big city, I was nervous. My brain wasn't relaxed. But once you have direction, it relaxes. Then your confidence come back. Your decisions will feel easy. And business, this is my favorite part. Business feels lighter. It's not complicated. Again, once the brain has direction, it relaxes. Confidence comes back. Decisions feels easier. And business feels lighter. That's why clarity is so important. You know where you are going. And you can apply it in any area in your life. I'm just talking business because this is what I'm doing. I'm helping women starting their business, beginners, with clarity. But you can apply it if, like, let's say you want to lose 10 pounds and you don't have any plan of how to do it, but you're just saying it and you have no direction, and you keep telling to yourself, tomorrow, well, I want to lose 5 pounds. The next day you say, I want to lose 20 pounds. This is how you mix, and you don't know what is that you want. You need to know what is that you want. And clarity, once you have that, clarity tells your brain, this is where we are going. Once you start making decision, you'll see and you'll feel everything gonna start to align together for you. Here are 3 simple shifts that to find clarity. You don't need to change everything. You don't. You just need to change how you ask questions. You see how simple and easy this is? This is so easy. And again, a lot of people miss that. Change the question. Stop asking what should I do and start asking yourself what I'm trying to build. What are you trying to build? Doing is busy work. Building is direction. What are you trying to build? Have you ever asked yourself that question? If not, sit with yourself today, quiet room, and ask yourself, what am I trying to build? It's about changing the question, and your brain's gonna start to feel safe because you're gonna start gaining direction and clarity. You know how? Your voice inside of you, which is God, gonna start talking to you. He's going to tell you exactly where you're going, what you need to do, which direction to take, right or left, keep straight, don't do this, do that. It's part of awareness. That voice inside your head can guide you to a very successful business. So what are you trying to build? Let me know in the comments if you would like to share. I would love to know. And by the way, I do love to read comments. Not that I appreciate you taking the time to read comments, but it might help some other people that don't want to write, they're shy, and I help them to understand a little bit better where they are in their life. Shift number 2, narrow the focus. Stop thinking about everything at once. Focus on one problem. One problem you want to solve. Problems, when you solve a problem, the problems are the way to wealth. You cannot serve everyone. You can't. Everyone has his own audience. I have my own audience. You have your own audience. I'm solving one problem. It's the clarity, the beginner, in the beginning where you don't know where you're going, what is it you want to do. You have an idea. You want to start a business. You're all over the place. I'm going to help you narrow down to one problem that you solve. So ask yourself, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know your target audience? Which problem, and now you're going to ask me, but Corinne, which problem? I don't know what problem I want to solve. What problem did you solve for yourself? Did you figure out how to lose weight? Did you figure out maybe how to be happy in a relationship? Did you figure out how to make money? Financial problem? Pick one problem to fix first. Whatever you solve for yourself, trust me, people looking for you right now to you to help them to solve their problems too, because you find a solution. You find a solution for yourself so you can help others with the same solution you find for yourself. You're just going to charge for it. That's it. You see how simple this is? That was shift number 2. Let's go to shift number 3. You want to be honest. I always said, and I'm going to keep saying, you always want to be honest with yourself. So stop pushing through the confusion and start admit what feels confusing. You don't care what other people think about you. You don't care what the world think about you. If you need to fix something and it's confusing, do it. Clarity starts with honesty. And honesty is honest with yourself. And if you ignore the confusion, it gets louder. I look back on my content and I see from 2023 till now how many content I created because I try too many things and I honestly, I wasn't be honest with myself. I wasn't. Be honest. This is like, I think this is the most important thing in your business, just to be honest. When we get to the end, you don't have to fix everything today. Like I said, this is the foundation. You're not trying to solve every problem right now. You're just opening the door to clarity. That's it. That's it. And if this made things feel a little clearer, that is the point. And I hope that I help you understand something today. Let me know in the comments. Don't try to fix everything today. Don't try to do million things. Just do one. What problem are you going to solve? If this problem has a need in the market, that someone needs to hear this. Everyone has a lot of problems, problems that they solved. But focus on one. That's it. That's all I want you to do today. That's all I have to share with you today. Everything starts here. So, yes, over the next few weeks, keep coming back to clarity because this is the foundation for everything else. I have a lot of stuff to share with you. I want to see you. I want to see you growing your business, being successful. I'm cheering for you. I'm grateful for you. And I know you can do it. I know you can have a very successful business. It's their online business, physical business, whatever business model that you choose. I know. And I want to help, I want to tell you this before I close, that I understand where you are and I know how you feel. I do. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve you. Trust yourself, trust the process. Believe that every whatever idea that you have in your head right now, God put this idea in your head. Maybe this is your mission. This is the work that God gave you. And you just don't know where to go, but trust me. Trust me on this. You'll figure it out, and I'm going to help you figure it out. We're going to figure this out together. So that's it for today. We'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. I'll see you soon.